line
Jeez.
slaps, dude.
That's a great
I'll have
line.
no
yeah.
song sang about you, Kingmaker. There's thousands dead on your account. Look at the arrows.
I guess his right hand now at this point was like, "Who are they?" And he's like, "Our death." Like he knew they were just.
Yep.
No
Cole's
remorse.
just like he doesn't. He's just like I know.
We knew
Yeah.
this.
I've been waiting for this.
This is-
Cole's
this
like,
is
I've been waiting
it.
for this.
Going into obviously what we're talking about is the first scene, right? Obviously they're
yeah.
walking through, and they
Mhm.
freaking see these dead bodies, or that they think are dead bodies, and they get ambushed. They get fucking ambushed. They got. It was a dope scene, obviously, as we're talking about Joseph. Again,
It was smart.
Cole shows you kind of the warrior that he is. Obviously, they get trapped. I thought it was interesting. Like, it had Oscar Tully kind of being a little bit of a prick, like he usually is. Love it. You know, it was cool when the Cole and his men first initially won that battle, and they were like, we light the way. It was kind of cool to see them, like, even after
Yeah.
everything that they've been through, they were still, so these men were still following Cole, which I think kind of shows all that character towards him as like a leader. Even though he was doing some weird shit, like they still followed him, like, as crazy as that sounds, right?
Yeah. I did enjoy seeing Cole fight, because it was
Yeah,
cool to see
it was
that
cool.
he has it.
Yeah,
he's a great sword fighter.
He didn't
He's a
knock
great
Damon
fighter.
off for nothing, all those years ago,
Yes.
and it was cool when they all circle around them. You're just like, she,
I was like,
like they
That's
got
why
this
I
is
wanted.
it.
That's why I wanted to specify that the fight scene was my favorite scene.
Yeah, which is understandable because it's kind of like almost like two different scenes there, and in one
Oh,
little
I
scene.
see what
right?
you
I
mean.
wanted to specify that because we're gonna get into the manner of his death,
And
we have some thoughts about that.
so that's the first half of this scene here, pretty basically. And then, dude,
Yep.
this quote here, when the guy, I guess his right hand now at this point was like, "Who are they?" And he's like, "Our death." Like he knew that they were
Yep.
fucked. I love totally
Yeah,
showing
because
no
Cole's
remorse.
just like he doesn't. He's just like
He's,
I know
I,
him.
that we knew
Yeah.
this was
I've been
happening.
waiting for this. Cole's
This
like, I've
is
been
it.
waiting for this.
And
This is
I
fucking
saw a scene. Remember in Game of Thrones when I forgot that commander's name. Remember when Daenerys comes with her army, and there's that fucking douchey commander for Lannister army, and they're like out there waiting for them, and then when they actually attack, he starts to run away, and they clip him. Like he wasn't like that. Like Cole met his death head on, and he took it like a champ. But I love Tully here. He's like, I made a promise to the dead Cole. I told them I'd build a sept out of traitor bones. I don't have near enough bones yet. Just
Yeah.
like letting them know, like, there's no surrendering here. Like, Cole tried to a little bit. And then I love Roderick. What better way to die with a blade in hand? Which he did die with the blade in hand. Obviously, like you said, Scott. Cole takes out the handkerchief. He dies this unheroic death. It really, to be honest, Cole did try to offer that 1v2, which would be kind of sick, honestly, if they took that, if they accepted that challenge, it would be kind of dope. And then obviously that bitch, the 3 arrows, and I saw it online, but apparently she's like, this is what Game of Thrones done. They just fucking have people show up and do something. And you're like, who are they? And then the next episode, they fucking tell you who they are. So apparently
Yeah.
she's Allison Blackwood. She apparently ends up marrying Kragan Stark.
I saw
So
that
she's a
actually too.
character.
Yep.
She's a sister. They said the sister to the Blackwood boy who dies in season 1. And then the Riverman.
Take a step. Let's take a step into the book corner here. All right. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. So in the book, Cole is killed by the arrows, just like we see in the show, by a character named Alysanne Blackwood, who yes, eventually marries Cregan Stark.
Good notes today.
She kills Cole to avenge her brother, who's killed by Cole earlier in the battles of the dance. But they don't make that clear in the show.
Yeah, they don't do that at all.
Yeah,
so it's like unless you've read
random.
the book, you would have never known that. But let's talk about
That's a good ad.
Let's talk about the death. All
Go
right.
for it, Joe.
So like yeah, Tully, he said listen, he says a cool line, right? It was cool, but but they said let's go back. I'm sorry. Let me structure this. Let's go back.
Hey, go back.
Let's backtrack here.
Replay.
Let's go back to the last episode when Cole has his sort of farewell moment with Gwaine and his men.
Not tonight.
When he's talking about dying a hero's death and like them singing songs about him, right?
Yes.
That's what he wants. That's what he wants. He wants to die this glorious hero's death, and he wants the realm to be singing songs about him forever, right? So they say that, they set that up, and then they don't use the line from the book that pays that off. In the book, before Cole is shot with the
You got his
arrows,
notes too.
the line is, because Cole challenges to the duel, right? And because he's like, all right, like, I know I'm gonna die, but let's have a duel. All right, me versus you. And then he gets clipped with the arrows. They're like, no, fuck you, no duel. In the book, the line is, I'll have no songs about how brave you died, Kingmaker. There's tens of thousands dead on your account. That's a great line.
That's
and
they don't use that.
Yeah, they don't use it. They say Cole wants the song sung about him in the previous episode. It teased that line up. Teed it right up. And then they don't use it. They fucking butchered it, man.
Like,
I just don't get it.
Great football
I don't get it. Why would you include that setup in the previous episode and then just use a different line? It makes no sense. That line slaps, dude.
That's a great
I'll have
line.
no song sang about you, Kingmaker. There's thousands dead on your account. Clipped with the arrows.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I feel like that just would have hit so much harder. I don't know why they did. I don't know why they didn't include that line. Maybe that's a little nitpicky, but like,
you know what that is?
Oh no,
that is
like
bad writing.
I just think that's weird. Yeah, I just think that's weird.
No,
that
that's a
use
line
that
you should include.
It's such an iconic moment from the book, that line, and they just didn't use it, and that kind of pissed me off. So
I also don't get the logic.
why
the logic though.
That's
like,
why I
they
said,
songs
like,
about
I love the fight scene, but I think they kind of, I don't know. I just feel like they kind of butchered that moment.
Like, in theory, how did he think this was gonna play out? Right? Like, think about it logically. Like, he's outnumbered. Him and all of his men dying. How would anyone know what happened? Because the people who fucking killed him, they're not gonna fucking sing songs about him. So anyone else that's gonna be on Cole's side, they ain't gonna fucking even know what the fuck happened.
Well, word of mouth, right?
I get, but like, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna? They're gonna say Cole died like the dog, like he was, because they don't want to fucking make him out to be. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't want to make him out to be this kind of whatever. That's beside the point. But
you would. I guess you would just assume that, of the thousands of men that are there, like it would be reasonable to, like, that the manner of his death would spread by word of mouth at some point.
It could be. I also think they all just fucking hate Crispin Cole, and they would probably not want that going around.
That's true too.
Yeah, but it could be some lowly soldier in the army, says how he died, and then it just kind of
like telephone.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Cole shit his pants after when he got shot with the arrows. On the next one. Dude, could you believe it? Cole got shot in the testicles, dude. Like, it literally goes. It's always being changed, but
he's like ready for the hero's death, and
I'm gonna agree with Joseph.
It's just crazy. He just didn't get it. I think leaving that one line out is
that is
blasphemy.
crazy. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of just. I understand why this girl shot him though, because I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, why didn't, like, either Oscar or like Oscar Tully or Roderick get the kill? That'd be kind of dope. But I get it now. That makes sense. All right.
Also, furthermore, one last thing. I think I've said this before. I'm all in on this Tully kid. I think
Oscar Tully's got some game, dude. He's got some young rising star in the ranks.
He's a good
rising star.
He's a very good young.
Right? He's like not old.
He's got it. He's got it. He's a capable leader.
I'm telling you right now, my prediction, like, random ass thing, that Allison's gonna find out on the road that Cole's dead. She's gonna fucking get upset. I don't know if they're gonna. They may stumble upon the Rivermen and, like, they're gloating about killing him and stuff like that. I wonder if they're gonna, like, fucking, like, put his head.
Do you think Allison?
We're gonna see his head on a spike next episode, or that? Oh, that would be crazy. They're just
That's what I was wondering. Like, do you think they're just gonna be walking around?
They're walking by and they see like the dead bodies, and they just see him either hanging from a tree or his just head just on a spike. Dude, that I would love to be a fly on the wall and see Joseph's fucking reaction to that. Seeing his fucking head on a spike, or like with like traitor like carved into his fucking forehead or something like that.
Oh my god.